Greetings, everyone. Irene Krause playing as Athena Artiste here with the very first of what I'm calling a Quicktime Solution sort of video. In that, well, let me say first, this happens to be Rise of the Tomb Raider with Lara Croft and everything. I happen to love games of this type, but with my poor hand-eye coordination and the nerve damage that I've had that been dealing with these last several years, I found that well, I just cannot play these games anymore as I was able to in the past because, as I said, my hand-eye coordination and the nerve damage and the tremor and all that just adding up to things that, well, I usually have to end up playing them on the easiest mode or close to it, which means it's for I guess you could say ordinary people. It's not much of a challenge, but then that's the only way I can get it to do because I have so much trouble with things. Another thing, my kids have been after me for years to try a controller because they think I'm on my PC, and I've always used my keyboard and my mouse and everything to do everything I do, and they keep telling me, well, Mom, it's going to be easier if you use a controller. Well, I have really tried to learn how to use a controller, and I'm sorry, I guess there's some sort of knack to it or something, or I'm just a bit too old-fashioned. I don't know. It just doesn't want to work for me. So, here we are. This is the DLC for Rise of the Tomb Raider called Baba Yaga, I think it is. You have to defeat the witch, the Wicked Veil. This is the the Baba Yaga. I guess you could say it's mission or whatever it is. It's a DLC that's available for the Rise of the Tomb Raider series. And this happens to be the Ropeworks puzzle, which, I mean, solving the puzzle itself and working out what you had to do for it, well, that wasn't that much of a challenge for me, but doing the mechanics of it was the real challenge. And at the very first, I thought, I'm never going to solve this because, like I said, with all my challenges, I just was not able to maneuver Lara around here as she has to go, because what she has to do here is she has to use this spindle that's right here in front of me and connect up to that spindle that's up there on the wall to adjust the level of these two platforms here. I'm marking these out on the screen as I'm talking to you, so that, well, first she has to travel from where she is now up through this little area and use these platforms to get over here to this right-hand side on top of that wall area. And then there's another spindle up there which she has to connect to the, let me bring you over here. There's a spindle hidden here inside there. See, these spindles, this one that's up there controls those two platforms. That one that's over there, hidden in that little, I guess you could say, shed, is the one that controls this platform here. Because your goal is to travel from where you are down here at the base of this Ropeworks, is you have to travel, first of all, from where you're at, get up there to that wall up there, and then you have to travel across those two platforms, assuming, of course, they're in the right positions, so that you can jump up onto this platform and then run over to here to this platform. And while this platform is in the raised position, climb up that wall up there next to that water wheel. That is a lot of running and jumping, and it's like I said, it's what I don't know if that's the official term for them, a quick time event, but it's, you have to do everything. You have to have Lara positioned and do certain actions at a very precise time, and if you fail in any of that, you're not going to succeed. And as I said, when I first started trying to solve this particular challenge, I found it nearly impossible. And I actually went out looking at videos done by other people, because yes, I know this game has been around for a while, because I could not figure out what I was doing wrong. And I mean, I knew what I was supposed to be doing, but I couldn't figure out how I was supposed to do what I did. And I noticed that, yes, they did show you how to do it, but none of them seemed to explain it very well. So what I'm going to do is walk you very slowly through this. First, we have to connect that spindle to this one so that we can adjust these two platforms back here to be the proper heights, because the first task is to get from down here up to the top of that wall over there. So what I have to do is crank it, and as soon as I crank, as you can see, the platforms are changing their position. But as soon as I let go of this, they're going to start reverting back to their previous position. So as soon as I let go of them, I have to run over here next to this pole and connect up there. And I missed because I wasn't standing where I could see things. So that's okay. Let's just stand here and crank these back up to where they're supposed to be. This time I'm going to run over to the other side of that pole so I can... Come on! And then she doesn't move. I've got my hands on the wrong keys. Okay. Do this again.
Maybe I should connect them to that post.
Keep hitting the Q key. And then I gotta hit that. And I miss because they're level. They're not at the right level. Now, I do happen to have the knife to cut that rope in so I can adjust it. But if you just come up here and you shoot it again, it will automatically cut that other rope. So there's no need to actually cut the rope. So let's do this again. And crank that rope. Hopefully this time I'm gonna hit the right key when I disconnect and run over here. And there. That's the first position they need to be in. Now so far this is, I mean, it's a little challenging, but I don't think it's that hard. I will tell you when we get to the part that gets to be the real challenge, as it is. Now, I'm not going to get into too many of the other things you need to do in here. I'm focusing mainly on solving this puzzle. And we're going to connect that spindle to this one. So now when I crank on this one up here, that platform over there will rise to the top position. Now, oh, that's right, she never wants to step off that little platform. So we're gonna just use that as a handy-dandy slide down here. Now, I have to change the positioning on these two again, so now that when I'm up there, I'll be able to run across to get up to those upper platforms. So first step, let's reconnect this again. And crank our platforms up. And run over here. And I gotta wait till the one on the left is a bit higher. There we go. Okay. This is where I was getting stuck. Because it's not so much that I don't know what I need to do. As I said, I know what I need to do is I need to first of all get up there, climb up there to that upper wall on the right, crank that spindle, windglass, whatever it is you want to call that gizmo over there, so that this platform will rise, and then I've got to run like bejesus to jump over all these things and get up there and up there to the top part of that wall. The problem is because we have to run up here and jump onto that rope so that you can then shimmy up to that area up there. And I'll do this first, just regular. Nope, and I missed it completely, so never mind. Let's... Let me get her back up there again. And I'll show you this again. Doing it wrong. Oh, no, she didn't do it wrong. Well, alright. Now, I will just utterly freak if I do this on the first try. We'll climb up here to the top. And... no, I'm going to jump down and try over again, because I do want to show you what was ordinarily happening every time I tried to do this before I figured this little secret out. Okay, because she jumps up here.
Maybe I can use one of these ropes to get back up.
And now she constantly wants to jump there. I don't know why she's constantly doing it right now, when all she was doing was... What normally was happening there was I'd run up here. Oh, now she didn't jump. And she's constantly jumping up there and grabbing it appropriately, when all she would do for the longest time was jump up there and then slide down it, instead of, like as you see, what she's doing, which is what I wanted her to do. Well, anyway, in case that is what's happening to you, and you don't know why, it's because you need to, when you run forward and jump to that rope, you need to aim yourself. You actually need to turn yourself in midair so that you're facing more towards that wall over there. And I'm hoping that's sort of making sense. So here we go. And let's just use our ascender. And we're going to go ahead and try to go ahead and just finish the puzzle out. And we'll see if this works right. I very much doubt I will make it on the first try. So here we go. We're cranking it up to the top position. Now, as I said, it's going to stay there as long as I'm holding it. But as soon as I let go, then everything's going to start going back to its previous positions. So here we go.
Better run.
Oh. Oh, and I keep sticking it back in. And I think I hit that E key Alright. So... crank it back up again. Oh, and I'm not going to make it because... And I'm not going to make it up there either. And there it comes crashing down. Okay. Well, you could sort of get the idea of how frustrating I found this puzzle to be with this QuickTime events. And I just jumped into the pool. Didn't even grab for that stupid rope. Okay. Crossing fingers. Because I probably tried to do this 30 or 40 times before I finally figured out what I was doing wrong with trying to jump onto that stupid rope. And we made it! So there we go, folks. We made it to the top of the hill. As you can see, it's not easy, but it is possible, assuming you get yourself up on that rope and everything and time everything right. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye for now.